Omsakthi sir, welcome back to our chat session. We had various questions for you. We started with how you came to Amma, what were your experiences with Amma, related to many areas, including meditation. You also wrote a book on Amma, on God in human form. We touched upon very briefly on the challenges Amma faced in her entire 50 years of spirituality that Amma has been helping us go with. Now, let us dig a little bit deeper into it. What do you think are those challenges that, can we go a little bit more in detail? I know you had access to an interview with Rabi Bernard where Amma answered those questions. We are trying to get access to those interviews, but you had seen that interview. Can we go a little bit deeper into those challenges that Amma faced and how did Amma overcome them?
Omsakthi, Bangaru. It's getting tougher, your questions. Let's take the first question which was posed to Amma. Oracles. What do you mean by oracle? How is it different from predictions? What you can foresee in the future, your philosophy, or is it a philosophy and all that? So Amma's answer to that question was, I'll speak in Tamil and then I'll translate it to English so that we can get the essence of it. Amma said, தன்னிலை என் நிலை தெரியாத ஒரு நிலை. தன்னிலை என் நிலை தெரியாத நிலை. தெரியாத நிலையில இருக்கும்போது அவங்க பார்வைக்கு எண்ணத்துக்கு அது எப்படி வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம். அது அருவாக்குன்னு சொல்லலாம், குறி சொல்றதும் சொல்லலாம், வேப்பில அடிக்கிறதும் சொல்லலாம், ஏமாத்துறதும் சொல்லலாம். அது அவங்களுடைய மனநிலை. அது எப்படி இருக்குதோ அவங்க அப்படி எடுத்துக்கலாம். That was her answer. The answer was basically, it's our state of mind. Do we look at it as an oracle? Do we look at it as a prediction? Do we look at it as a philosophy? It's entirely our understanding. And from my understanding, the little that I know, the little that I understand, is over these 42 years of experience. So we must understand the tricky part of this is, Amma holds the neem leaves and she says the oracles. When she holds the neem leaves, Amma, she meaning Bangaru Amma, spiritual guru, when he holds the neem leaves, he's like in a trance-like state. So when he's in a trance-like state, he says it very simply that he doesn't know what's going on because he's in a trance. So whatever he's been said by the divine. Okay, this getting into trance, yeah, many people get into trance. But in my experience, whether Bangaru Amma holds the neem leaves, doesn't hold the neem leaves, sits in the Pudru Mandapam where the Oruvak is given, the hall, or at home in Bangaru Amma's house, or in the divine abode room in the temple, is one and the same. That took us some time to understand it because we are all captivated by these miracles. We go to Bangaru Amma, our guru, to seek solutions to our problems. Whether it's financial, whether it's health, whether it's family issues, there is something that we have problems, issues. So we are looking for solutions and sometimes you're not able to get solutions. So somebody or somehow we get to know of Melmaruvathur, we get to know that there's a guru there who speaks, who are able to give solutions from people's experience. So that's how it spread. Now, in the early days, you and I know that it was very tough times for Amma in the sense that because many people didn't know who was Bangaru Amma, Melmaruvathur for that matter. So in the beginning, Amma used to go into trance, and then she used to just call people the temple was ideally located along the highway, the National NH 45 highway between Chennai and Trichy. So there are many lorries and vehicles. So Amma will just call whoever lorry driver who passes that way, just calls, and then will say, "You drive slowly, be careful," and all that. And then that driver experiences an accident, and then he recalls what Bangaru Adigalar had said. So this is how it built. The word spread, and more people started coming. More people started hearing these oracles. And they also knew that in Tamil Nadu itself, there were like 34 places where you can actually go and seek for people who get into trance, and then they able to provide you some answers or some relief or something. But they also know that sometimes these predictions, they come true. Some don't happen at all. So, but here in Bangaru Adigalar's case, like my experience of 42 years, when he says, whatever which comes out from his lips, from his mouth, it is definitely going to happen. In my life, it's happened. And it's just not about me, it's about millions of people now, all over the world. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, educated people, uneducated people, the whole range of people. They have come to understanding now that whatever Bangaru Adigalar says, it's going to happen. So that's why we have changed it from a foretelling or a prediction to something which is definitely going to happen. It is through the experiences for all. So now the question is, how many people believe it? How many people accept it? So the challenge was not basically for Amma, for Bangaru Adigalar. No. The challenge was for us, because we have 34 places that we can go to. Which one do you choose? Do you think this is the right one? Do you think you can believe in this? So it is a matter of time and your experience, and it's taken about 50 years now to see that whatever was spoken, the oracles which was given in the 70s, is even taking place now. So definitely there's a truth, and people started believing. And the next challenge was, India is full of this caste system. The so-called higher level caste, the lower level caste, and only the higher level caste, they have access to the temples, to the rituals, to the mantras and all that. But here in Melmaruvathur, there was no caste system. Amma got rid of that completely. People have been ingrained thousands of years by these Vedas, Rig Veda and the Bhagavad Gita and the Ashta, and they call it these Shrutis and these, what do you call, Agama Sastrams. So that has been there for decades, for thousands of years. Women are not allowed into the temple, into the sanctorium, based on these Sastras that they are not clean. So Amma made, Bangaru Amma, Bangaru Adigalar made away with all these. He said, you are all the children of God. There is no hindrance. There is no that you are unclean. Anyone can come to the temple, anyone can pray. So people found that difficult to accept, because all this while, women are not allowed. Even men are not allowed into the sanctum sanctorium, because they don't have the knowledge, they don't have that training to actually read the mantras, recite the mantras, do the rituals. So Bangaru Adigalar 50 years ago started teaching all these rituals, these mantras, which were in Tamil. So in Tamil Nadu, the language is another thing, because mantras were all Sanskrit. So we are talking about the Sastras, which was a challenge. We're talking about common people, laymen going to temples. We're talking about women who are not allowed. We're talking about politicians. We're talking about VIPs, caste system. We're talking about politicians. Caste system, Amma said, no, the blood which runs in you is red. You're all one to me. You're all children. You wear red. Signifies the oneness. Politicians come when they hear that the temple is growing, many devotees, millions are coming, flocking to the temple, because whatever Bangaru Adigalar says is happening. Somebody's got diabetes, somebody's got an operation to attend, whether to go or not to go. And Bangaru Adigalar advises them what to do, and they follow, and it happens. So the belief started taking place. So many people from all over the world started coming. So politicians, for whatever needs that they had, they wanted directions. They wanted to know how they can progress in their political careers. And they have many, just like the caste system, the politics, they had many parties. So their party leaders, they found that the temple was growing. Bangaru Adigalar had millions and millions of devotees for every function, especially on March 3rd, his birthday. Bangaru Adigalar's birthday falls on March 3rd every year. You find Adigalar sitting from 8 o'clock in the morning right up to 6 o'clock. So can you imagine the number of people coming to get his blessings? Of us, we are all children. It's not like this group or that political party. No, it's all one. So when you wear red, you are a child. And the mother is a divine mother. This divine mother, we could see it in Bangaru Adigalar, the spiritual guru of Melmaruvathur. Okay. So we're talking about challenges in the sense that it took Amma quite some time for people to realize what these oracles are, realize these miracles that was happening to them. And then you find Christians and Muslims in India, they all speak the same Tamil language. So, for example, a Christian had some financial problem or health problem. The neighbor who has gone to Melmaruvathur, he says, hey, please, can you put all that aside? You have a problem, you go to Melmaruvathur, you go and see the Guru. He's a divine mother to us. He's not this religion or that religion. You're going to put forth your issue to him and let's see what. So like that, Christians, Muslims, they come, they get their problems resolved, and then they have this issue. So what do I do now? Do I renounce my Christian following? Do I convert to a Hindu now? Or do I, from a Muslim, convert to Hindu? Now, Melmaruvathur Adhiparasakthi Siddhar Pidam, it is not, doesn't come under the Hindu Endowment Act. It is not a Hindu temple per se. A Christian can go and pray as he prays in the church. A Muslim can do that. Now, this may be sensitive thing. That's why I didn't want to go into it a bit deeper. But if you want to go into those challenges, these were the challenges. For example, to prove that Amma is a divine mother, the statue in Melmaruvathur, initially there was no statue there. It was just the self-revealed stone. We call it the Suyambu, which was in his Bangaru Adigalar's father's land, 1966. It was a neem margosa tree. There was a thunderstorm. That margosa tree got uprooted, and beneath that tree, in that thunderstorm, we got uprooted, and down there they found a snake's abode, and that snake's abode also was washed away. And then you saw the Soyambu. The Soyambu is a rock-like stone structure. It's like a hemisphere, no? It's in this shape. And it was seen in Adigalar's father's land. And Adigalar's father, for some reason, he started to worship that. He found it to be a divine thing. He started worshiping it, praying, pouring milk and all that. So that's how that temple grew. And it became a different kind of following, in the sense that everybody could come. Everybody can go. So here you have a challenge where a lot of temples in India, they don't allow laymen, they don't allow women. Here they allow. So how do they accept these challenges? Is through their experience. Like I said before, they have some problem, they go, they get their issues resolved. What happens then? Can they go to these temples which they go? Yes, Amma says, I'm everywhere. The Divine Mother is everywhere. There is no specific rules, or as long as your mind is clean, your heart is clean, you live a clean life, you do the right things, you do your duties and your responsibilities well, everybody is welcome here. So you're talking about challenges. Yeah, another biggest challenge was finance. People started asking, how did Bangaru Adigalar in 50 years, from a very small temple, has become a magnificent in terms of education, you have colleges, medical, dental, farm, all the colleges started coming up. And then in the medical side, so everything is done by the trust. So it's a transparent, open thing. So people who get their problems resolved, who get their issues resolved, who started believing now, they go to the temple and they give whatever money that they want to give in appreciation, in gratitude. They didn't know how else to pay their respects in that sense. So they started donating. So when they started donating, from that donation money, every cent, Amma will, all Bangaru adigalar all saying, this temple is today is because of the devotees' donation. They are charitable thing. For some reason, they come to the temple, they have something, they have some issues. Amma, God solves it for them in gratitude. So very beautifully when that interview, when Ravi Bernard asks Bangaru Adigalar, what are the oppositions that you faced? How did you get this power? How did you build? Where did your finances come from? So he very simply said, in Tamil again, just say it very briefly in Tamil. பக்தர்கள் வராங்க, அவங்களுக்கு குறை எது இருந்தா அம்மா தீர்த்து வைக்கிறா. தீர்த்து வச்ச பிறகு ஒரு நம்பிக்கை வரும். நம்பிக்கை காணிக்கையா மாறுது. காணிக்கை கட்டடமா மாறுது. So you can see from here the belief has changed into kanike means whatever we give, and whatever we give has become buildings. From this simple answer, you can see that is basically the temple today, the financial institutions today, the specialist hospital today is all from the people. Their love, their gratitude. It can be a small amount, it can be a big amount. But can you imagine a disease where people have gone to various doctors, we all respect the doctors, they are not able to cure it. But Bangaru Adigalar is able to cure it. I gave a very simple example of my sister that does the chill allergy, where Adigalar just gave 3 natural groundnut milk and that kalkandu, that white sugar. Just take that. And she was cured. For many years, I've seen her suffering. So these are the examples. And so what do my sister do? She goes to the temple, she puts something in that undil, what do you call it in English?
Donation box.
Like a donation box. She puts it there. That's what Adigalar does himself. Every time he goes,
Exactly.
you see him putting, and he'll put something in there. That is to let us know that this temple is yours. It's not mine. Everything is happening is for you. So don't have all these sastras and these Vedas and all this is there to help you, to guide you. But in actual fact, you are all one and the same. You are a child. This is the divine mother. So I think we have covered about challenges in the sense of political challenges. Political challenges when the politicians started seeing the temple growing. It's not easy to get a medical college. It's not easy to get the license for it because it is so-called money making, the capitation fees and all. But Amma's intention was pure. Those students who excel in their studies, who wanted to become doctors, but they can't afford it. Amma paved the way for them. That's how it all started. You want to become a doctor? Come to Melmaruvathur. You want to become a scientist? There's a research center here. Come, do your research here. There's an R&D research center in Melmaruvathur itself. So all these Amma is paving. Those who couldn't go to the temples, couldn't do the rituals, you come. We will teach you how to do the rituals. Right from A to Z. Today you have women. From groundbreaking ceremony right up to the consecration of, they know how. And all this was, and you have the caste people. The caste people saying that, no, only these certain caste people are spiritual people. They have the education, they have trained to do this. Not everybody. How can Adigalar allow everybody to do this? Adigalar is asking, why can't everybody learn this? Why can't everybody chant the mantras? Why can't everybody know how to consecrate And from the groundbreaking ceremony, you know the meaning of it. What is wrong? Nothing wrong. So come and learn. So these were the challenges. So it was like Adigalar was trying to step on their ways of doing things. So that became a kind of like people were trying to go against it. So a lot of opposition came. How can Adigalar allow Christians, Muslims, Hindus, everybody to go? How can Adigalar allow women to do all this? Where did he get his money from? How did he get all these powers? These were the kind of challenges which faced Amma. And now, 50 years later, where are these challenges? Again, Amma has proved it. So I hope share their experience,
So
their challenge.
you rightly said the challenge is not on the Amma side, it's more on our side, how you look at it, right? Because for Amma, whether you believe in her or you don't believe in her, she still considers you as her children, right? And Amma's vision has always been free hospital, free food. And today, the kind of Amma redefined what is Annadhanam, right? Usually, when you go to a temple, when you go to Annadhanam, you get something very simple. Whereas if you go to Melmaruvathur, it's almost like a five-star lunch or food that is being. So and I think the response that Amma gave in that Ravi Bernard interview, that donation becomes, how donation grows, small donation grows into bigger hospitals and colleges, and that's a great example of Amma's simplicity. So
The other challenge that if you want to talk about it was Amma's simplicity. Her white
yeah,
shirt and her white dhoti that she wears. When you look at him, uh, you don't see like a divine kind of like so-called divine figure of, with the, uh, I don't want to go into it because that can be
yeah,
also.
right.
So, there's an experience of a devotee who says he actually sat beside Adigalar, and he didn't know who Adigalar was. I mean, he had the blessings to sit beside Adigalar, and
Exactly.
yet he didn't know who is because of his simplicity. So people accepting Adigalar, so simple, wearing white shirt, white dhoti like a normal man, not normal person. Usually even politicians wear white shirt, white dhoti for them. So is this guy a politician? Is he truly a spiritual guru? It's the experience.
Correct. Yeah.
It's your experience. So, like we talked about chance, choices, and consequences. It's the chances that we take, the choices that we make. That is what it's end of the day, it all comes back to you. You define what is spirituality. That's why spirituality, Amma says, is what you know about yourself, what you understand about yourself, and what you eventually realize. So it's coming back to you. So I want to make it very clear here that in no way we are putting down anyone. We are not criticizing anyone. We are not propagating that all come here. This is the only path. This is the only guru. No, God is everywhere. Like what Amma says, you don't believe in Bangaru Adhigalar, no problem, because the whole concept is the divine mother concept, which is everybody can trust. It's your mother that you trust. You can share everything. So that concept, that philosophy is what Bangaru Adhigalar has been trying to put forth in the last 50 years. That simplicity of his, he was a householder. We must remember that. There was another big challenge because a lot of sannyasis, sannyasa means not getting married, renouncing. Here Amma says no, allowing women, not allowing women. Amma allowed it. Bangaru allowed it. So these challenges, opposition, and we must know that Bangaru Adhigalar is not of the higher caste in that sense. People even talked about that. He is not even in that caste, the Brahmins, who all these years were considered as the divine or the holy or the chosen ones to go into spirituality, to know about spirituality, to spread about spirituality, is only the Brahmins. No, Kadilar was not a Brahmin. He was an ordinary uh, folk, a normal person like us. So that was also another challenge. So how can this person of non-Brahmin can talk about spiritualism, talk about Divine Mother, and do all the services. So these are the things that when you get your experience, when your unresolved issue gets resolved, automatically the
The
belief
belief
comes,
and faith comes in.
and then the faith comes, and then you want to do something. And what is it you have to do? Amma says it very simply: do service, selfless service.
Yes. I
Service
think
here, a smile. You don't have to have money to do service. Just lending a ear to someone who's got a problem, that is a total.
right.
Smiling, radiating a warm smile for a person who is in. So the Tondu here, the selfless Tondu here replaces the selfish arrogance. The arrogance is something that Bangaru Adigalar has made it very clear. This will be your biggest stumbling block for your spiritual
Growth.
upliftment or your spiritual progress. Arrogance,
Yep.
get
Yep.
rid of it.
I
You want
think
to
you also,
progress, you do your selfless.
yep, you also touched upon the oracle part of it. I think you and me, we have all experienced Amma's oracles and Pada Puja, and the experience that we get from that. At the end of the day, it's all in our mind how we look at Amma, right? I think blessed are those who have got that kind of experience. So thank you again for your time. I think it was very insightful. You touched upon many aspects. I think Amma's, if we talk about Amma, we have so many other chapters that we can cover when we talk about Amma. So we'll meet again next time with another question for you. Until then, thank you so much. Om Shakti.
Another tough question. Omsakthi Bangaru.
Please like, share, and subscribe to the Bangaru Amma Global YouTube channel for more inspiring and uplifting videos like this one.